Alright, what is going on, everyone? We have a special live stream for today. We're going to be talking about the blog post. There is a lot of stuff to go over today. We have the reveal for Sharon Carter coming to Marvel Strike Force, and alongside Captain America Sam, who we've already been teased with, and you can see a lot of his kit up live on msf.gg anyways, and we'll see if whether or not that was adjusted or not, or if we're going to get exactly the same as it was up there. So we're going to be going over some of the stuff in the Strike Time video, which as of me recording this, it is going to be live, and we're going to be going over the blog post together, compiling the information, thinking about what this patch is going to be all about next patch, which realistically, given the time, is probably going to be in about a week and a half's time. I don't think it's going to be next week. I think it's going to be the week after, which is Tuesday, July the 6th, or Wednesday, July the 7th. They've kind of been going back and forth between Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so we'll have to see about that. But it seems to me like this is going to be a giant skill patch. And is this going to be good? Is this going to be a skip? We're going to find out together. So sit back, relax, and let's get this party started. Okay, alright, here we are. So the Secret Avengers, this is the blog post. We have 9 minutes before the strike time goes live. This is the photo here of Captain America Sam and Sharon Carter with the hood with some green. I don't remember her looking like that in the show, but hey, whatever. Okay, so let's scroll down. What's important? Legendary events, blah, 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 blah. A solid gold blitz! Guys, we're getting a gold blitz. Our prayers have been answered. We got a gold blitz. I don't care about anything else. You know what? We got a gold blitz. That's it. It's over. Yeah, what's a gold blitz? Captain America Sam. Alright, I'm not going over... This is the background, the lore. I'm not really going through this. You can read this on your own time if you care about it. But what's important... is this important? I don't know. Maybe. Okay, let's talk about this. Captain America Sam joins the newly formed Secret Avengers team as a protector with high health and resistance, which is further enhanced with his kit. Okay, so we kind of knew that from his kit. Blah, 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 blah. As for his team, Captain America Sam is part of the Secret Avengers and Avengers. However, we've hidden the Avenger trait on the character screen to help make the trait list easier to read. That's kind of strange, because some people might be like, what the F? You know, the fact that it's not all listed. I get that the trait list does get a bit long sometimes, but this is a bit crazy. You can slot Captain America Sam into most teams that still need a powerful protector, as his special and ultimate can benefit most allies. Captain America Sam has many call-outs to skill characters, so we'll see if his stats in the kit is the exact same as what was listed on msf.gg. Let's scroll down. So this is going to go live in 7 minutes. Let's see if we can get through the rest of the blog post before that. So we are at Hero Global Skill Protector, Secret Avenger, and Avenger. So he is Avenger and Secret Avenger. They're just not listing Avenger for, I don't know, because it's too long with only this many traits, apparently. Do we need to bring up msf.gg on the side? Because I'm wondering if this is the same or not. This looks similar. Can someone confirm or deny if this is different so I don't have to bring it up on the screen if somebody has it up? If they can tell me if the kit's the same. So he gained he on his basic 340% damage plus clear 1 positive and bonus attack for 250, quite a bit. You know, this is kind of similar to regular Falcon's like basic attack on the bonus attack. Gain 1 deflect up to a maximum of 5. Special stars and stripes. So this is his taunt. Energy cost 3. Gain taunt for 2 turns. Gain 3 deflect and 3 counter up to a maximum of 5. Apply defense up to all allies, speed up to all Avengers, and skill allies. So that is amazing. And he gets the ability energy tossing that that Captain America gets, really. Grant 1 ability energy to 1 to 2 random non-summoned allies, and then more to skill allies. So this is really nice. And then gain an assist from a skill ally. Ultimate Freedom Flight. Attack all enemies for 450% damage. Fill speed bar for self and skill allies by 10%. This looks a little bit different than what the msf.gg said 5, didn't it? Fill speed bar for all other allies for 5% for each enemy. So, right, okay, so self and skill allies, 10% for each enemy allies, and if they're not skill, they get 5% per enemy. So this is a lot. If it's a full slated field of raid, let's say for in a raid and there's 10 enemies, you're getting 100% speed bar for self and all skill allies. So this is going to be really good for Doom Raid skill. I don't know if there's not an instance where there's 10 people on the field, I'm pretty sure, but there's still quite a few. Sometimes you can get as high as 7 or 8, which can still mean a lot of turn bar. So this is really good, and it's for everyone, of course, if you're doing it in Doom Raid skill. Now, his passive, Captain's Legacy, on spawn, gain 3 deflect, up to a maximum of 5. 1 deflect to all skill allies on spawn. This is really nice for a survivability aspect. At the end of any turn, if this character has taunt and no deflect, clear taunt and gain 2 regen. So he's healing himself, basically, if he has no deflect, which is nice. Plus 25% block chance, block amount. While this character has deflect, gain 300% resistance. Gain 40% max health for self and Secret Avenger allies. And in raids, non-Secret Avenger skill allies gain 20% max health. So this is particularly going to be for Doom Raid skill lane. As long as there's skill, they get 20% max health. So this doesn't look too much different than the MSF.GG. Please correct me if I'm wrong here. I think this part changed a little bit, went from 5% to 10%. Maybe it was supposed to be 10% anyways. The speed bar went up a little bit for skill allies. But let's carry on to Sharon Carter. We have 4 minutes before the strike time. Sharon Carter, okay, we're skipping the lore. You know this. If you want to read it, you can do that. Sharon Carter joins the Secret Avengers as a controller with high damage and high focus. She does tremendous damage in raids, and in those game modes, she increases all of the damage of Secret Avenger allies, so you can't go wrong with bringing her into skill raid nodes. You heard it here first, guys. It's a Doom Raid skill patch. Patch 5.5, Doom Raid skill. That's exactly what we're getting. And if you're looking for an added bonus, Sharon Carter's special ability synergizes nicely with Kestrel's passive ability as it applies defense down up to 3 enemies. Okay, we'll find out. Sharon Carter will be coming in the event campaign conspiracy theories. So, event campaign character, Sharon Carter. We hear to hear. We'll have more information in the coming weeks, so be on the lookout. Hero Global Skill Controller Secret Avenger. Okay, that's pretty basic. So, Secret Avenger is our main team tag. She's a controller. She's skill... and she's global. Okay, whatever. That doesn't matter. Basic Baton Strike. Attack primary target for 300% damage, plus apply slow for 3 turns? I don't think there's ever been a 3-turn slow. Holy crap. In raids, reduce the speed bar by 25% if you have Captain America Sam. Okay, that's pretty interesting. The 3-turn slow on a basic. It's not adjacent like Quake, because Quake does do 2 turns. Special Close Quarters Combat, 2 out of 4 energy, so this is a turn 2 move. Attack primary target for 600% damage, plus apply ability block and defense down for 2 turns. Okay. Ability block for 2 turns? That's kind of power creepy, I'll be honest. You know, Silver Surfer does do that, but he doesn't do defense down on top. And it is an AoE, I guess, but attack adjacent targets for 450% plus apply defense down for 2 turns. That's a lot of defense down and ability block for 2 turns. Yikes. That's pretty rough. Pretty interesting. Ultimate No Mercy. This is turn 1. Clear all positive effects on the primary target, plus attack for 300% damage, plus apply stun and slow. Chain up to 2 targets for 250%, plus clear 2 positive effects, and apply slow. Lots of slow going around, which is great. You know, this is a great control ability. Slow is always great in raids. Gain 5,000% extra focus. Wow. So that primary target, definitely losing all their positive effects. This kind of reminds me a little bit like Silver Surfer's ultimate, just the way that it clears positive effects, or maybe Kestrel's ultimate as well. Passive, ends and means. While this character has deflect, gain 300% focus. So you're going to be getting that from Captain America Sam. On self, Secret Avenger, or skill ally turn. Or skill ally turn. So again, we're ramping up that Doom Raid skill stuff. 50% chance to apply offense up in raids. This always happens. So every turn, on her turn or a skill ally turn. So everyone's going to have offense up. This is crazy damage boost. So you're going to want to, it looks like you're going to, I was wrong. Okay, if you're ramping up for Doom Raid, particularly skilling, you're going to want to have her. Now, if you're not doing that, then you might not, because it's not as big of a deal. But for Doom Raid skill, definitely she's probably going to be on that list. But I don't like the fact that we're kind of aiming towards Doom Raid patches, because this really eliminates a lot of other people who won't be necessarily needing her or needing to do Doom Raid. So in raids, when an enemy drops below 50% health, apply Disrupted. Again, only in raids, so that's fine. This is kind of like a PvE thing. I don't suspect she's going to be super OP in a PvP aspect, but we'll have to wait and see when I have more time to theory craft that. In raids, gain 45% damage for self and all Secret Avenger allies. I think the question is, Who else is a Secret Avenger ally? And maybe we'll find out in the Strike Time, which is coming up pretty soon. Star-Lord repeating legendary event, upcoming blitzes. We have a Winter Soldier blitz on Monday. Okay. And then we have, on the 1st of July, Captain America arrives. Oh, regular Captain America. On Canada Day, that's also the start of the Black Widow event, I'm pretty sure is the 1st of July, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. You'll earn 700k in gold from the milestones and 3 to 4 gold orbs through ranked rewards. Okay, so the Cap Blitz is also going to have gold orbs in it. That's interesting. And speaking of Cap, we've got... Okay, yeah, on the way. America's Super... Okay, so next patch, we're going to get a new Steve Rogers Captain America costume, it looks like. Bonus events. We do have the date for the X Factor... Double Shard Day, June 27th. That is going to be on Sunday. Prepare that. Prepare for that. If you need to farm Polaris and Multiple Man, make sure you get ready for June the 27th. That's the first one. And another one, June the 30th, which is when? That's on Wednesday. So keep those dates in mind. Sunday and Wednesday, Double Shard events for X Factor. Make sure you do not do your core farm, your shard farming before this. Do not do it on the day. Make sure the event's active. Make sure you do that. And then we have Relicon, blah, blah, blah. That's not important. What's important? Here, X Factor. That's important. Sharon Carter stuff. That's important. 4 days. It could be 4 days, depending on your time zone. So make sure that you wait and you hold off. Don't do your shard farming until the store reset when you get this event active. So please, 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 if you're having troubles farming for X Factor, make sure you remember this. And so, without further ado, of course, going straight in, we're going to be talking about the Strike Time.
Okay, let's look at these characters individually first. Let's start with Captain America Sam.
Here we go, guys.
When players look at new characters, they like to start with the passives because I think that kind of sets the stage for the rest of their kit. Could you let us know what his passive does?
Sure thing. On spawn, he applies Deflect to himself.
Hold on, we might need to stop this.
Allies.
Okay, guys, we're going to pause this and we're going to continue on. So we need to look at this in knowing what the T4s are going to do. So we can, actually, maybe we should have waited for him to scroll down. But let's continue.
If he has Taunt and he runs out of Deflect, he will clear Taunt from himself and gain Regeneration.
This is, oh my god, guys, the passives in this game is like you need a PhD in passive reading. Holy crap, since Heroes for Hire, the text has just been ginormous.
He gains a ton of bonus resistance while he has Deflect. He benefits from a base increase to his block chance and block mount. He provides himself and all Secret Avenger allies with bonus maximum health.
Okay, so I'm just pausing this really quickly. So you're getting 10% block amount from the T4 and plus 5% max health for Self and Secret Avenger allies. I'm just wanting to see if there's more than that. That obviously it's okay. The block amount's good. But I don't know if that's a priority T4.
And in raids, he provides bonus maximum health to any non-Secret Avenger skill allies.
Whew, okay, couple things.
If it's just that, then it's probably not a huge priority. Obviously it's good, but...
we just made some big changes to the Doom raids recently. So are we expecting that he's going to be performing pretty well in that feature?
Absolutely. Sam Wilson and the rest of the Secret Avengers were designed with Doom raids in mind.
Okay.
So when you're trying to test,
hold on, guys. We need to pause that. There we have it. We have it. This character was built with Doom raid skill lane in mind. So that's interesting for a couple of reasons. Because does that mean going forward, we're no longer getting raid teams as such like we did with Astonishing X-Men and Symbiotes, but we're actually getting Doom raid origin-based teams. And why I don't like the way that that's headed is because it actually it kind of alienates a good portion of the player base who are nowhere near ready for Doom raid, and therefore does it even matter to collect some of these characters now if you're an early and mid-game player? Because if you're not sure, they're good, but I mean, do you need them? Are you going to build them? Or by the time you get to Doom raid, they're going to be obsolete. And so I think that's part of the question there that we'll need to talk about.
Tackle the skill nodes in Doom Raid, you want to bring the Secret Avengers.
All right, I think that's a good primer for the rest of his abilities.
Also, P.S., you don't need Secret Avengers to beat the skill raid boss node. I have done it many, many times with a lot of the existing characters. Just saying.
Going up the list, could you please tell us what his ultimate ability does?
I think all of you are going to like this one. It's an attack.
Okay, here we go. Fill speed bar for self and all skill allies by plus 5%. I think that's probably pretty important, and that goes from 5 to 10%. You're probably going to want that.
All enemies for big damage.
Okay.
Captain America Sam will fill his speed bar for himself and all skill allies by 10% for each enemy that he hits with this ability. And all other allies receive a 5% speed bar for each enemy hit by this ability. So you can imagine how powerful it is against teams with summons or in raids where it's common to fight more than 5 enemies at once.
Animation's pretty cool. I think it was okay.
Okay, so if you're fighting an enemy team and they've got the full 10 members, you could...
All right, so what do we got here? We got Nick Fury, Sharon Carter, Cap, Kestrel.
In theory...
And is that Black Widow on the far left?
If it hits all of them, then you could, in theory, fill the speed bar by 100%.
Was that Dark Dimension 3?
Everybody can just immediately take another turn.
So I see this being good. Yeah, you're right. So I see this being good in Dark Dimension Global if you want to do a skill setup. So something like maybe Cap Sam, Sharon, Kestrel, obviously. Oh, Kestrel's Cosmic. Black Widow, Hawkeye, maybe something like this. Because they're also Avengers.
Oh, wow. That's powerful. All right. I think we could stop there and be good.
I think this is kind of going to allow us to move past mutant characters. You might still want to keep Ghost because I still think that that's really useful. So you might say Ghost and then 4 global skill characters. That might be useful. I think we're going to be moving away from the whole idea of using Sinister and Emma Frost, characters like that, which was previously the champions of Dark Dimension 3 Global and Dark Dimension 4 for that matter as well.
But let's go on to a special.
Sure. Captain America Sam gains Taunt for a few turns. He gains Deflect and Counter, which will...
Okay, so here we are. So this is his special, his Taunt. Gain plus 3 Deflect for level 7, and Ability Energy to non-summon skill allies. So again, I think this is pretty important. 3 Deflect is a lot of not sustainability, just survivability. So I think that's probably pretty important too. And it's on a cooldown of 3, which means this is going to be triggered all of the time.
Will be important later.
I would say so far it's special and ultimate. I think the passive is okay, but I honestly think that the special and ultimate might be a little bit better, but that's just me. Who knows? It might be a quadruple whammy here, and you're going to need 4 T4s. Let's see.
He applies defense up to all of his allies, as well as speed up to all Avenger and skill allies. This would also be a good time to mention that everyone who's a Secret Avenger also counts as being an Avenger. He grants some energy to his allies and a little bit more to his skill allies. And on top of all of that, he calls an assist.
I don't think we're getting more Secret Avengers. I think it's just them for now.
And rounding it up with his basic attack, if you please.
Sure. This is a hard-hitting attack that clears...
All right, so here we are with Cap Sam's basic attack here. So always clear a positive effect. Now that's up from what? It doesn't say, because it's probably like level 1, 2, or 3. It doesn't say what it's going up to. Maybe 50% chance before? Hard to say, because I can't see above that. 80% extra damage on the primary attack. This could be also a T4 priority, depending on where you're using him. But that is really nice to be guaranteed to clear a positive effect.
There's a positive effect from the primary target, and then bonus attacks. Captain America Sam also gains Deflect when he uses this attack.
Oh, sorry. Oh, wait, I missed that there. Let's rewind that. Sorry. 50% chance. Right, so that's what I just said. So 50% chance moving up to a guaranteed chance. So at level 7.
Deflect when he uses this attack. As an additional bonus, the Deflect is also gained when Captain America Sam uses his counterattack, assist, or ice.
I don't think it needs to be a full team, by the way, because we're using other skill characters that exist in the game. Some who are already Avengers, so say Black Widow can be part of that if you're going to be using them in Dark Dimension 3 or 4. For Dark Dimension characters, otherwise for Doom Raid skill, there's obviously other characters like Kestrel that you can use anyways.
ISO attack, which pairs very well with the counter gains from his special.
And that, you said clearing a buff from an enemy, that's any random one?
Yep, he will clear one random positive effect from the enemy he hits with his basic.
Gotcha. All right, so I want to talk synergy about Sam, but I have a feeling that there's going to be some synergy with Sharon, so maybe we should talk about her
okay,
first.
Wait. Okay, so we're getting this new limited time trait, Saboteur. This is Sharon Carter here. Actually, yeah, the model's not bad. Actually, I kind of like that. And we have Hero Global... Oh, we're reading that. We talked about that in the blog post. But...
Back to that.
I agree.
So,
oh, wait. And she's a regular Avenger, too. So it actually shows here. So that's interesting, guys, because she is going to synergize then with, say, regular Cap, the Wave 1 Avengers, right? She's going to synergize with Black Widow, because Black Widow gives the guaranteed skill up, or the speed up as well, to Sharon Carter. So this is going to be interesting.
So could we go ahead and start diving into a bit to Sharon, and again, begin with her passive ability.
And she's the campaign event character, so that's
Absolutely.
nice.
While Sharon has Deflect, she gains a big increase to her focus.
Okay, so 80% focus with deflect on the passive. That's a lot of focus. But does she need it? Because she already gets plus focus for her special, was it?
On a Secret Avenger or skill ally turn, she has a 50% chance to apply offense up to...
Wait a minute, so without the T4, she's at 220% focus? Does that even matter at that point? Because going from 220 to 300, like, that's so much already. Does she need the extra 80? It might be a T4 skip.
Yeah. In raids, this always happens. In raids, when an enemy drops below 50% health, she will apply the disrupted effect to them, preventing them from receiving any additional positive effects. And finally, in rage, she gives a big boost of damage to herself and her Secret Avenger allies.
Wow, applying disrupted on less than 50% health. That seems pretty significant, right?
Yeah. Especially like a boss node, and you're trying to get the boss down, and it's like the worst thing you want to happen is to him to get, like, defense up or speed up, something that'll mitigate that. Sharon Carter is great to just put a stop to all of that. It's like, no, I'm going to finish you off.
Nice. It's kind of interesting that disrupt, but I don't know how many times this ever been an issue for me, so I can't really say. I've not really struggled on the skill lane. I actually think it's the easiest in the game, but...
How about her ultimate ability, please?
All right. Sharon's ultimate is an attack that...
Okay, let's pause that here. So, damage, and clear all positive effects from the primary target. So that's up from something we don't know. I don't know, maybe 2 probably?
It's up to 2 other targets. The primary target is cleared of all positive effects, is stunned, and slowed. The chain targets have a few positive effects cleared from them and are slowed. Sharon receives them.
She gains 5,000 extra % focus for that ability. So again, that 80% focus from the passive is not going to make a big difference. And I don't think this is going to work on Heroes for Hire. I don't think so.
Big bump to her focus against the primary target for her ultimate. So she
I'm
is
not sure.
Pretty much guaranteed to clear those procs and to get that stun and slow off on.
Are there any characters in particular where you feel like that clear all buffs is going to be particularly potent?
You're going to see some Ebony Maw in the skill Doom 1 raid node. So when you see him around, be sure to save Sharon's ult for him.
Nice.
So there is, on the skill Doom raid boss node, there is a Dr. Doom and an Ebony Maw. If you've watched any of my videos about the skill raid Doom boss, then you would have seen that as well. So I can see this being a thing.
And next would be her special ability.
This is in an area of effect attack, so this will hit.
Okay, so we need level 7 for ability block for 2 turns. This is definitely going to be a T4 worthy ability move here. This is going to be a priority here, because that 2-turn ability block, even though it's only on the primary target, makes a huge difference. This is going to mean life or death between, let's say, applying that to Dr. Doom, because 2 turns of ability block is pretty significant.
Hit her primary target as well as 2 adjacent targets. The primary target is hit for big damage and has ability block and
is 600% damage, defense down, and defense down to adjacent targets. Yeah, it's a big move.
The adjacent targets are hit for good damage and have defense down applied to them. So this is a great ability to break down those tough characters in their name.
You can just see like a regular hit for 203k. Also keep in mind that her passive does give herself and other Secret Avenger allies, 45% damage?
Specifically if you've got somebody with taunt.
I mean, defense down's a pretty universally good ability. Like even like in Arena, if you can land defense down, that can be pretty devastating.
Yeah.
Don't build them for Arena. Not going to happen. Infinity Watch is a thing. Safeguard's a thing. Get fucked. Wait, this might be going on YouTube. I didn't say that.
Her special is going to be, I think, one of the core reasons why people are going to want to take this character.
And finally, rounding it out with her basic ability.
This one's pretty nasty as well. Sharon attacks her primary target for good damage and applies slow to them.
Okay, pausing this really quickly. Not a T4 priority. Just damage. Don't need it unless you're like 7 red going balls to the wall.
For multiple turns. If she's in raids and
speed bar reduction in the raids, so for Doom Raid skill particularly, this is kind of nice because this will allow you to knock back possibly like say Doom again or Ebony Maw and knock their speed bar back before you can get them killed.
Captain America Sam is an ally. This attack also reduces the target.
What's interesting about this, I don't like to pause it like that so many times there, but level 1 basic gives you the speed bar reduction with Cap Sam.
It's speed bar. As an additional note, the slow and speed bar reduction are also on her counterattack, assist, and ISO attack.
All right, so that...
Every time I see a really improved character or like power creep, I'm like, shit. We're going to see them in Dark Dimension 5. We're going to see them in Doom Raid 2. Get fucked.
Is a very specific call out to Captain America Sam there. Is there a reason in like the fiction that it has that?
Well, Captain America Sam and Sharon Carter do have a beneficial arrangement in the stories. So Sam being there and providing that opening for her, I believe, is very thematic.
All right, so next important question for Sam and Sharon. ISO 8 classes. What are you finding are some potent combinations
Striker
as
Sharon?
you're testing these characters out?
Good question.
If it reduces speed bar?
For Captain America Sam, since he is a protector, he will always be able to benefit from the Fortifier ISO 8. However, because he also gains deflect from his counterattacks, assists, and ISO 8 attacks, giving him the Striker ISO 8 can actually add to his survivability.
Anytime somebody says Fortifier, ignore it. Barely anyone uses Fortifier in this game. Still, even with the blue ISO, it's not very good.
For Sharon Carter, Striker is definitely very powerful on her since she can apply slow from her counterattack, assist, or ISO attack.
So the question is, so they just said Striker for both of them. So who are you going to have on your team that's going to actually apply the vulnerability, right? Somebody has to, whether it's Raider or Skirmisher. And maybe that's why I run Raider with my Kestrel, because that allows me to apply that. You know, and I know people think that the Kestrel should also be Striker, but hey, if everyone is fucking Striker, they can't apply vulnerability, right?
Yeah. In raids, if Captain America Sam is also on her team, her counterattack, assist, and ISO attack will also reduce the enemy speed bar.
Okay, so that's 2 new Secret Avenger characters.
Here we go.
Are we going to be having any more Secret Avengers
Question
in
to
the
Alex's
version release of the game?
Thank you for the follow,
Captain
Trigger
America
Kill 1.
Sam and Sharon Carter will have one more member joining their Secret Avengers team. But that's going to be discussed with some other time.
Okay, so that's
Maria Hill.
members. And, of course, you want to usually take 5 members of a team into
or
a battle,
Zemo.
which means we've got 2 slots open. From what you've described so far, especially with working with skill characters, I mean, there's a lot of characters with skill in the game. Do you have some recommendations, maybe like a gentle nudge in a certain direction of what other characters would be great to pair them up with?
I sure do. These characters are designed for raids and specifically give bonuses to other skill characters. Well, there was a very powerful skill character released very recently. Someone who is not only already a powerful skill character in their own right, but would also benefit from the fact that Sharon Carter has an AoE attack that applies defense down. Someone who gets bonus attack.
Okay, why are they showing us these 5 characters? So is Nick Fury or maybe Baron Zemo? Maybe Baron Zemo is getting this secret. I thought I was joking, but maybe Baron Zemo is getting the Secret Avenger tag. Maria Hill not. She's just going to be a shield character. Who knows?
Attacks when an enemy with defense down is attacked. I'm of course talking about Kestrel, and she is a great input for this team. Along with the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., the main man himself, Nick Fury. His ability to summon reinforcements and provide another slew of buffs to the team are very useful. So if you've been wondering what to do with Nick Fury after his update with Kestrel, this is a great place to use him in. And for the Secret Avengers, sometimes they find themselves working alongside the less scrupulous members of the Marvel Universe. And if you have seen The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you know
Zemo.
who I'm talking about.
It's Zemo.
He's a great input on this team as well.
It's Zemo.
Wait, want to break out into dance to kind of
It's Zemo.
let people know?
Zemo's getting the Secret Avenger tag.
Yeah.
Let's look at what we have available to us in the skill category. So let's go back to the skill section. What do we think? Oops, rest in peace all of my characters that I've built up. But no, really, so in terms of the Doom Raid skill then, if you want to go balls to the wall and gear all of these new characters, then you're looking at Cap Sam, you're looking at you're looking at Sharon Carter, you're looking at Kestrel, who's going to be in there, and two other sort of flexible spots, I suppose. And that's the interesting thing about the Doom Raid skill lane, is that there is a lot of flexibility. So, you know, I'm going to be really honest, guys. You know, I've cleared it with tons of different characters. So it really doesn't matter all that much. You know, if you really want to min-max the Doom Raid, the skill lane portion of it, yeah, okay, Cap Sam, Sharon Carter, Kestrel, Baron Zemo, and Nick Fury. Black Widow, if you build her really high, that could work too, because she's also an Avenger, so she's going to have some synergy there. Her camouflage tech will give some stuff for everyone else, so for Sharon Carter and Cap, because they're also an Avenger. And also keep in mind here, Black Widow's level 7, clear 1 negative from Avenger and skill military allies. So this is going to cleanse for Cap and Sharon as well, because they are a standard Avenger character. So this will work for them too. So Black Widow is actually a very valid person to use here too. It depends on what you have in your roster, right? You know, I don't think there's a one glove fits all. I think in this case you're probably going to want, at a bare minimum, Captain America Sam. I think he's going to be really good. But I don't know if you have to have any of these other characters necessarily, because there's lots of other options. And yes, Karnak is not making that list, and most of these other characters down below this point here are definitely not making the Doom Raid skill, but, you know, characters like Nick Fury might make the list, Black Widow might make the list, you know, not Yelena, you know, and then there's characters that you might already have. Night Nurse, Red Guardian, Baron Zemo, probably not Punisher, but any of these other ones up here. Doom Raid skill is very flexible, so we have these two new ones coming to the game. There is the, you know, a lot of people think that it's going to be Maria Hill as the third person. Who knows? But yeah, let me know what you guys think, either in the Twitch chat or in the comments below if you're watching this on YouTube, because yeah, this is going to be an interesting patch, but at the same time, I'm not sure if it's going to be the most important patch, because what I don't like, and I said this from the beginning, I don't like that this is going to be a Doom Raid patch. And that's what this is looking like it's going to be. It looks like they're actually just really laser focusing on Doom Raid. And there isn't a huge percentage of the raiding population or the game population who are actually there. So does this matter for, let's say, 80%, 85% of the player base? I don't know. Because are you going to want to have them? And maybe by the time you do need them, there's going to be someone better, right? Is it going to matter? I don't know. I think it's going to be a soft or hard skip for a lot of people who aren't a Doom Raid. You know, unlock them. Get as many shards as you possibly can. Get them to 4-star, 5-star, whatever you can. But just leave them on the bench. If you're not a Doom Raid, you don't need to gear them, right? You can just leave them. And if they still happen to be good by the time you get to Doom Raid, then you can consider gearing them. But yeah, don't just immediately go out and gear them if you think you need it. Because by that time, by the time you do get around to Doom Raid, there could be something better, like there often is. So be cautious about this, guys. You know, for those of us who are knee-deep into Doom Raid, yeah, if you need it, consider it. If you are ramping up for the skill section, or you're already assigned to a skill section, then you can consider this. They do look really good. But again, very niche, because it's just for one portion of the Doom Raid. It's only like 2 or 3 nodes. So do you want to spend all of this amount of gear for 2 or 3 nodes? That depends on what you have available to you. I might not, because I already have characters that I can beat Doom Raid skill with. I'm perfectly fine with this. And if it turns out for 1.1 or Doom Raid 2 that I need them, then I'll do it then. But until then, I'm not sure if I'll be going balls deep into these characters. I might just hold off. You know what? We'll let some of the other Krakens do it for me. And if it turns out they're really, really that good, I'll gear them when I need to. Because right now, I'm doing just fine where I am. I don't need them right at the moment. I'm clearing what I already am. So do I really need to take another character up to tier 14 or 15? I don't think so for me. But if you guys want to do it, let me know how things go for next patch. I think I need to cool down my resource spending on the back of Infinity Watch, because I've spent a lot of skill gear. Just to show you guys, is my Moon Dragon's maxed actually. But let's take a look at my skill gear. I have like nothing left here. I have 47 of these classified documents or secret intel. So I really don't have the gear and resource to orange gear Cap Sam or Sharon Carter. So this is going to be a bit of a struggle for me. But if you guys have a lot more skill gear left over, please let me know, how it is when you gear them up, how well they work. I might not be able to, so I might need your guys' input in order to figure that out. So just wanted to do this really quick. Maybe it wasn't so quick anyways. But yeah, I don't quite like how we're moving into a Doom Raid. I said this already, that we're moving into a Doom Raid patch scenario. And I think for a lot of people, this might be a skippable patch. For other people who are knee-deep into Doom Raid, if you need them, then go for it. But I don't think they're going to be a top priority. They're not going to take over Infinity Watch in the arena, that's for sure. So yeah, it's going to depend on your roster, what you need, and if you think it's going to be useful for you. And that's all I'm going to say just now. I'll have the weekend to think about it a little bit more, and we'll get to talk about whether or not they're skippable or not, really, by the time the patch goes live, which will probably be in about a week and a half. So that's just it for this video, guys. And of course, until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you all later. One Hunt signing out.